the grace of Heavenly Mother, compassion of Buddha Maitreya, Jigong Buddha, virtue of Sijun Simu, and I thank Grandmaster, Senior Master Lee, and Junior Master Lee for giving me this opportunity to host this session. And I appreciate your presence here, whether physically or online. Thank you. Is mishap really bad? My last session supposed to be on February, the first Sunday, but I missed it. And that session is supposed to be on chapter 21. And instead of that, I have Sister Iris replace a session for me. We have an open discussion on reincarnation. And here I would like to let you know why I have an absence on that day. Because presenting the Tao Te Ching is like, I feel like it's my heavenly mission, heavenly duty to share the Tao knowledge with every one of you. It's unfortunate I couldn't host the session. It's because something really happened to me, which I did not really public discuss about it until when I'm ready. So what really happened to me was that I had a fire in my house. That was the situation. Some of you came to my session on January 30. So on this session, after I finished the session, it was about 12:30. And then I was feeling so relieved. I went to cook the vegetarian burger. The name is Beyond Meat. So while I was cooking, I was feeling joyful because I finished my Tao session, very happy. Right about ready to eat, somebody banged on my door. It was like very, very loud. And then she was shouting and I couldn't hear what she's shouting about until she shouted many times. I realized she said, fire, fire, fire. So then everybody ran out of the door. This happened on January 30, right after I hosted this session. So when we come out, the garage was burning and I can see fires, black flame coming out. First of all, it's black flame, and then the fire is like going bigger and bigger. So here is some of my picture. But before I go into my picture, I want to show you that on December 24th, we bought a car, new car. And you know where the car is going to park, right? Of course, the new car is supposed to park in the garage. So again, this is my new car, 2022, which I supposed to make a payment. I bought it in December 24th, and I supposed to make the payment on February 4th. So new car, and then here's my home. While it was finished construction in 2017, as you can see, the home has like a 3 section. So this is the 8-car garage. We have an 8-car garage, and this is my husband's bedroom. This is the living room, and these 2 rooms are for my kids. So here is another picture. This is the completion picture, which I pull out from Google Map. So again, you can see here's the 8-car garage, my husband's room, living room, and my 2 kids' bedroom. So this is what happened afterwards. Here we have you can see there's a white tent. My husband and I plan to grow mushroom inside. And then there was a 2016 Lexus outside, and the new Lexus is inside. As you can see in the house, it was on flame in the garage. So when the firefighters say, okay, now you can go in, I'm thinking, okay, great. Only the garage is burned. Now the remaining of the house is still great, right? So I come in with hope. This is my husband. We are looking at it from the back. So as you can see, here is from another angle. You see the attic is destroyed because the fire basically burned out all the garage and it went into the attic. It went into the attic, but the alarm and the smoke detector was not installed in the attic because it's not in the city code. The city code does not require it. So as a homeowner, we try to save money. So the garage does not have smoke detector, does not have alarm. So it went in. And that's why firefighter tried to make holes in the roof. So this is my 2022 Lexus. We bought $60,000 and we're supposed to make the payment in February. It's my new car. I mean, this is my baby and I can feel the pain there. Again, another picture of my new car. So you can see the beams is falling down on the car. So when I came into the home, this is like 5 or 6 p.m. and I see a lot of holes on the ceiling. That's why the fire chief told me that you don't want to live there. And I'm having some kind of doubt. Really? Only the garage is burned from outside. But inside, this is what it looked like. There's a lot of holes on the ceiling because the fire went into the attic. The firefighter want to make sure there's no more fire. So they make holes on the shingle. And in order for the water to come down, of course, they need to make holes on the ceiling. So I showed this to my brother. He said, this looks like a war zone. I made a video of this place. So this is the piano here. And this is the kitchen. And you can see the water is dripping, right? And this is my husband's bedroom. He can see star in the sky. So it's all destroyed. And this is the restroom. This is what the restroom looked like. The ceiling is falling down. It's unbearable. But it was on January 30th. It was like 2 p.m. 2 p.m. It cannot be found. I mean, there were 4 investigators came and they couldn't figure out what's the reason of the fire. Let me see. So one of the picture here, you can see that the sofa and the piano were covered by firefighter because they want to protect our belonging. But now it's already a month. I know that everything is destroyed. When I go into the home, I thought that, okay, now our home has insurance. Perhaps the living room and to the garage is going to be destroyed and they are going to keep the second part. That's what I think. But then they say it was so much smoke and water damage, humid. So everything inside the house, they will reimburse me or reimburse to our family. And when this thing happened, I try to observe myself because a lot of time when tragedy hit us, we 99% of people, we blame God. Why does this happen to me? I am a good person. Why does this happen to me? And I try to look at myself. Did I ever question God why this happened to me? I focus on what I have, not what I miss. What I have is this physical body, and what I have is an angel who has so much courage, climb our fence and bang our door in the middle of the day, 2 p.m. to tell us there's a fire. If this happened at night, you wouldn't see me here because the fire will go through the attic and it will burn all the ceiling and all the fire will eventually come down. This is what happened at night. But I'm just very happy that I can make it alive on that day. Although all these are destroyed, but I don't really care. I don't really mind because it's all replaceable. So here I want to show you my vacation picture. Try to enjoy our vacation while we are away from home. We stay in hotel for 17 days. We change different hotel because I try to create some kind of a happy vacation moment for the kids. So we change hotel every 2 days. So it was the fun experience. But then in the end, we were so tired changing. So then we decided we have to find a permanent place. And finally, we find permanent place, which is in Hampton Inn, March Air Force Base. Although the hotel stay, it's covered by insurance, but we don't want to stay in like a 5-star hotel, spend like $900, $1,000 a night, which is not reasonable. So I try to be reasonable. This is our vacation picture. And everybody have good time, and you can see me there. I'm sorry, I should have this. So this is my son and my daughter. My son is 20, almost 21, and my daughter is going to be 18. Okay, and this is me. We have breakfast. Breakfast is provided by the hotel, free breakfast. So we had a good time. My husband and my son have a pillow fight, and this is me in the swimming pool. And while they are away from home, I try to ask them to keep up on their study. So in this hotel, it has two desks. So one for my daughter and one for my son. And there's nothing for me. During that time, I couldn't focus. I spent a lot of time talking to the insurance company, but we have a good time. So in the end of the 17th day, the insurance company helped us to do all the moving, which is all covered by the insurance. Yeah, so it's a wonderful memorial experience. And the insurance also helped us to find a place to stay. It's amazing because I was thinking, what kind of place would they allow us to stay? At first, I wasn't sure what kind of place I should look for. Definitely have to be something comparable to what I'm leaving. But the insurance company helped me to find an apartment like a 3,400 place. And I say, isn't that too much? This place, it's somehow suitable for us because we had 4 bedroom, but this one has 3 bedroom. They make all the arrangement for us, including all the furniture, the bedding and the bed, chair, chest drawer. It is beyond my imagination. All this is covered by insurance. It can cover for me up to 3 years. Yes, while they are reconstructing the home. The furniture rental includes these tiny things. And it's just beyond my imagination. I feel very blessed from this incident. And then while we were living in hotel and try to settle down, there were two break-in into my house, and they took additional this one. As you can see, this house here, it's burned here, garage. So they break it in and they try to take some stuff. Of course, there's not much left, but of course, there's also something they can take always. We go to visit our home every day because we have sheep, we have chicken need to feed. So we go home, and then whenever somebody breaking, we notice right away. So we call a construction company, they board up our home. But then the next day, another break-in, another break-in. And my husband knows because somebody unscrewed a board and then put it back in. And I think it must be somebody who is very poor, devastating for money would do such thing. From this experience, I try to look at myself. Do I feel resentful? The Tao mission that I do for Tienshin Temple for Tao, it's my obligation. And some people say, hey, Joanna, you did so much. I shouldn't say that I did not do anything, but I did do something. I did contribute something to the temple. And they say, why does this happen to me? The knowledge that I learned from the temple, it's really about knowledge. It's like putting a brush on your skin. It does not really go into us unless we really experience it. So the knowledge that we learn from the temple is really to prepare us for this kind of moment. So knowledge that we learn on Sunday or in Professor Sherry's class is to prepare us Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, in case there's sickness, in case there's car accident. How many people have car accident and they start to blame God? Why does this happen to me? We all have karma. Of course, this thing will happen, right? So experience help you to become part of you. Experience is like making a scar inside of you, have a tumor inside of you so that you remember this is part of me, part of my experience. And I'm sure this experience that I'm sharing with you will be a knowledge for you until you really experience it. I don't have the experience of cancer. When I hear people they have cancer experience, it's just a brush on my skin. But unless I go through it, I wouldn't understand the suffering. So knowledge is definitely necessary. Our life experience, our life is not easy. This is our soul plan. Why we reincarnated on this earth is to experience what we need to experience so that we can have this scar, have this carving on our skin so that we can thrive spiritually. And because my garage is burned, and that garage is an 8-car garage, and I realized that new things must come after all one is destroyed. After the garage is burned, I feel lightweighted. I don't feel losing anything, because in our mind we have a lot of emotional luggage, and this emotional luggage sometimes it has to do with the physical luggage too. Having that so much physical luggage being cleared out in such a short period of time, it helps me to clean up my emotional luggage. All of a sudden, I feel so light, because every day when I walk through the garage, I say, so much junk that I need to clean up. I need everybody gathering to do this, but they don't want to do it. As you know, as we age, things start piling up. I'm sure when we reach the age of 50, 60, or when we have grandkids, things just start piling up. Well, it's a good opportunity to clean house. All of a sudden, I feel so emotional free and psychological free. Our mind and the physical attachment works the same. If we can get rid of physical attachment, our mind can also do the same thing too. It kind of help each other. Paying off debt happily. We come to this earth because we all have karma. It's like this. If you owe somebody $1 million, and because of this fire, my karmic debt is paid off, wouldn't I be happy? So this is like paying debt happily. I have one Tao sister told me that this must be your family karma. I say, yeah, probably. It shouldn't be my individual karma. It's my family karma. Even my daughter asked, Mom, did we have a big family karma being wiped off? I say, yes, you got it. It happens on the night when we are going to hotel. So even she understands it's a big karma being wiped off. And I feel so happy about it. So next time, if some tragedy hits, try not to think negative. You should be positive, because those things, they will come. They will eventually come. But it comes in a way that it's manageable for you. At least we are still alive. We are still alive from this car accident. We are still alive from this illness. We are still alive from the broken tire. God, why does this happen to me? A lot of time when tragedy hits, people ask this question. Why does this happen to me? Why not? We should ask, why not happen to me? When tragedy hits, we ask God, why does this happen to me? But when we have good time, why don't we ask God, why do you give me such a good time? But we only bring God for a bad time. So next time we ask ourselves, when tragedy hits, why not it happens to me? Why not? We all have karma. That's why we come here. We all come here to pay our debt. Why not happen to me? So here, number 5, let's say we have a huge karma, but when we are physical capable, we spend time with our Dao brother sister in Dao mission, come to temple to help out. Monday to Saturday, we are involved in different workforce, mingling with other people. So from there, we will create some good deeds and merit. So when you are supposed to bear such a big karma, and if you perform some good deeds while you are physical capable, the key is physical capable. If you are sick, you cannot perform any good karma, because when you're just laying on bed, feeling tired, feeling sick, we need somebody to care for us. How can we do any good deeds? So try to do good deeds when we are physical capable. God will give us the tragedy or disaster when we are ready for it. So this is the beauty of receiving Dao, because we come to the temple Sunday, we attend the Dao session, and we understand it's important to perform good deeds. It's important to accumulate merit. So when you do the math, you can see our karma become less. At first, it's a big one, but then it will become manageable, and manageable in a smaller chunk. Stay close to the Sangha or an Tao community, because on Sunday when we come here, it really helps us to create the awareness of Tao inside of us, to create that sacred space, because Monday to Saturday, we are all overwhelmed by our false self. And we only spare one day, Sunday, to come here. So Sunday, it's really a day to help us to set our emotional and psychological blockage to zero. Imagine when you go to supermarket, you want to weigh your banana or tomato. And if you see the scale, it's off zero, what would you do? You have to make sure it's zero, and then you check how much you need to pay, right? So resetting to zero is important. Or even when you go to the gym, if you go to the gym and before you step on it, you want to check, make sure it's scaled to zero, and then you step on it. In Bible, it talks about God create the universe in 6 days. The sun and the moon, the earth, the animal, the human in 6 days. On the seventh day, what do? We're supposed to rest. So setting ourselves to zero is very important. Meditation help us to set ourselves to zero. Study sutra help us to set our mental state to zero. And the ritual help us to set our scale to zero. That's why in temple, people say, why do you have so much rituals? All this ritual and the sutra reciting are a way that our Sijun Simu help us. It's like a spiritual plan helping us to set our clock to zero. To help us to reset to zero, we have this Tao community that can help you. And the enlightened master and Tao senior and all the Tao brother and sister, because walking alone, sometimes it's difficult and sometimes can be tiring. And if you have somebody walking with you, it will be much better. And I have to say that if in the past 20 years or 10 years, I have not come to Tienshin Temple, I'm sure the fire would have been much bigger. And I'm sure if I'm still alive, I will blame God in every direction. And that's what most people do. But I come to the temple, I study sutra, and I learn from the Heart Sutra. I learn from Tao Te Ching. This is just part of life. It's part of our learning experience, isn't it? So that concludes my sharing for my experience and why I skipped my last session on chapter 21. I supposed to do 21, but I feel that this chapter really resonates with me. That's why I decided to jump into 58. And because of this 2 lines, misfortune is what fortune leans on. Fortune is what misfortune hides beneath.